Alright. Hello, everybody. This is episode 32 of Shoot the Breeze, a chill interview and a chill time all around for you and me. I am your host, HeavyDivider, and alongside me is, well, a very, very wholesome individual. And when I mean wholesome, I mean a very kind individual, people who really enjoy hanging out with. As a matter of fact, from what I've learned on hand, you're a League player, too. So really, the fact you haven't losing your cool and everything, tells me on hand you have a kind soul. But pretty much, my guest for tonight is AlchemGames, or as we call him right now, Alchem for short. So welcome.
Hello. Hey. Thanks for having me.
Man, that's all good.
Yeah.
That's all good on hand. And before we get started, so let's start with the first question with this, and that being, how the hell did we meet?
Well, you and I met through, Darling Rosie, because I remember, back in the day in VRChat, and I always just popped in with a bunch of people or running around exploring, and I just happened to meet her. And through her, I met you, and we were doing a bunch of, I remember me and her were doing a bunch of stuff, just exploring worlds, and then I happened to meet you, and we hit it off pretty well. Although, after that, we kind of just, we were just acquaintances at that point. We didn't, see each other often.
Yep.
But then it was Senpai Supreme who got us together, asking us to do just a little collabs and stuff.
Yep.
And from there we just hit it off even more. We just got along well playing a bunch of different games together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
from there on.
Yeah, it's weird because I've always brought up this fact that basically in VRC, no matter what, you're gonna probably meet the exact same. Even if you met him once, you're probably gonna meet him twice over again. Or so, I probably did bump into you as maybe acquaintance on hand. I might have said a few words here and there, but after that or so, it's we never got a chance to actually be in the exact same room or just be able to hang out or talk until just now. Past that, it was just mostly collapse playing Phasmophobia and just Fermentide too. But overall, hopefully this will be able to head off where basically you and I be able to get a chance to know each other more over time or so as time goes by.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Be nice on hand. So, let me ask about your VRChat origins. What got you into this game?
Oh. Let's see. I got into this around the fall or winter of 2017. So VRChat was still very fresh. I think it only really came out in around the 2017, but it was around the time where it was popular on YouTube, where you saw a bunch of the VRChat videos popped up on YouTube, where the Ugandan Knuckles meme came from, and I saw those videos. And I was like, all right, let's check it out. It's a free-to-play game. I can play it on my laptop. It can't be in VR, of course. So I went around, popped in, played around with people, met a bunch of amazing people, got to play as all these different avatars and goof around between worlds, made some friends, and from then on I just kind of got hooked and stayed late at night chatting with friends, exploring worlds. That's one of the parts I really, really like, because I got to meet a bunch of people through exploration. Because you got to meet people who had the like-minded interests. Say there's a world that's about an anime you like. You go there, you meet some people who like that stuff, you get along with them, and you become fast friends. Later on, I just met a bunch of different people who I just kind of call, a good close circle of friends, and eventually it drove me to want to get VR. So, thankfully, family came through and gifted me VR. Problem is, my laptop couldn't power it, so I had to kind of save up a bit more until I could finally get into VR, somewhere around mid-2018 or early 2018. But it was from then on, all I did was just explore VRChat, hang out with whoever wanted to join me, and just made friends like that.
Yeah, that's usually the simplest, funnest thing to do on hand, especially when you got world creators creating all these different kind of worlds that you just want to explore and take
oh yeah,
just taking the immersion of everything, having a look around and all. It's always nice to see.
Exactly.
Always nice to see on hand.
I've been exploring. There's so many cool worlds that I still need to go see every once in a while.
Yeah, same here. When I get a chance to get on VRC, just to do that. Let me ask about your hobbies on hand for the most part. Now, I didn't know on hand until one of your fellow viewers told me about you being a League Legion. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of the hobbies. But besides multiplayers or anything in general, besides this game in general, what kind of hobbies do you have?
League, okay, whoever's saying that, that's an overrated. I play every once in a while. I don't play enough. I'm only like level 20 something, so I'm not like a diehard League player. And that is also because I kind of just like every genre of game except for maybe, let's see. No, there's only like a few genres of games that I just really don't like, and they're so niche that it doesn't matter. I jump from like FPSs, strategies to like, even visual novel stuff to puzzle solvers, co-op stuff. It's one of the coolest things because I just always have a different game to play and I always enjoy it. The only problem is that I'll never be able to finish any game, or I end up not finishing any game because I'm just like, this was a lot of fun. Oh, the next game that I really would like to play is coming out soon, and there I go. I play that game, and I say the cycle continues. I play, get to a certain point, never finish, and yeah. My attention span is short, and I just keep jumping from game to game. And same goes with anime and a bunch of other stuff. Still need to catch up on so many seasons.
I got you. I will say, even if you have a to-do list of here and there, it's also basically, well, when it comes to, like the anime and everything, you can always come back to it or so. Same thing like any other game.
Exactly. That's the beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry about that.
I'm just saying the only downside is, like, for community-based games, for community-based multiplayer games, like, you know, you have COD, you have a couple, especially when it comes to fighting games. If you miss out, and like, if you're not really into the story based on like an FPS or fight or anything like that, and you're more into the whole fighting against people community, if the game only lasts as long as a community is around, say you're late to the party, you could only afford the game maybe months and months later, and by the time you actually get it, the community is gone or it's dwindled down, or in like FPS games or especially fighter games, the only people who are around now are not like newbie players like you who are still learning the ropes. You're just fighting against like the champs who play the game, mastered it, and you're just gonna get completely tossed into the wall or just headshotted all over the place. And it's one of the parts that sucks when you miss out on like day one or week one or like month one of the community-based games.
Oh yeah,
it's one of the crutches.
Yeah, it definitely a crutch on hand, especially you day one for you just trying to learn up against day one veterans who basically know everything about this game and basically will expect you to learn that quick on hand. Like, trust me,
exactly.
It's a rough cycle on hand, no matter what it is for the most part. So
you're just like, hey man, it's my first day. Like, training begins now, and then they just smash you into the wall.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, one of the other games on hand, which it takes a little time to get used to, but since one of them mentioned Dark Souls on hand, which it's trust me, it's one of those games where you just take time to learn on hand, and if you have the determination and will to be able to like grind out souls just so you can have a better edge with it for whatever class you're building, you'll have an easier time on hand. Like, I see it as a grindy game more than a hard game. It's just a matter of like muscle memory.
That one's a muscle memory, but also determination. I mean, the more you keep going, the more souls you'll get, so the more you'll level up. So eventually you'll start overpowering everything. Then, by the time you're overpowering stuff, you will have the muscle memory to dodge stuff when you need to. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. And just take a few times on hand. It'll probably take a few tries against bosses, but once you learn their pattern out, it's just kind of like, just take your time. Take your time on hand.
Exactly.
So, let me talk about the VRChat scene on hand. When you began or so, like when you first began to where you are now or so, I'm pretty sure, as you can tell, the landscape of it has changed for the most part. You know, from its humble beginnings to where we are now. And I was going to ask you, current thought on the current present of VRChat in general. That comes to your mind.
Like, in the past, I thought VRChat, the community was great. The people there were willing to just chat with you. Everyone was looking for a friend. Even the old guard, like the people who were there from the original days, even the beta days of VRChat, they were so open and so willing to have people join the community. You had all the VRChat activities. The Discord of VRChat had all the like stand-up nights, the improv nights, all that unique stuff that you can still do. I mean, some of them still exist even now. It's just that a lot of people have just wandered off to their own groups. You now have groups of our peers. You now have just people who just want to chill and chat in their private worlds, which is fine. And going into that, the reason why is because, you know, since VRChat became more and more popular, since people saw stuff on YouTube and everything, everyone got in. People were making meme avatars, some started to make Crasher avatars, and it caused the community to kind of split. Instead of being the so open community that it was back in the day, not saying that it was absolutely open doors, and of course people had private rooms and everything, but it wasn't as bad as it is currently. What's weird, it's a mixture of, you know, people want their privacy, and of course they're welcome to it, just that the number of people who just come in to just troll and harass people, and there's been a giant rise in the normal VRChat community who just comes in to play it as it is, as a nice chat room in a VR environment. They do have a disdain towards the streaming community, and it's not a hidden fact. It's just that no one really likes to mention it. No one really likes to talk about it. But because of that, some streamers end up feeling like, oh, I can only be in private worlds, I can only do so and so. And some of them are right, because some people literally just target them. There are some streamers or YouTubers who go into VRChat just to crash streamers, and hey man, it's your content. I guess people want to watch it, sort of, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, to add something into that, it's also too where if you have like this camera out or so, some people might be innocent bystanders in this, where people assume they're streamers. So that's a fact that comes in.
Like I may just want to have my camera out because I'm just like, all right, I'm testing an avatar. I just made it so I can have facial expressions, and I want to see if it works. And all of a sudden, I have someone run by. Like I've had that in public worlds. They run by and spout off, you know, words you can't say on Twitch, because they think, oh, camera, streamer, got a target. It's become that bad. Like where you turn on your camera just to take a picture, you essentially become a target. But again, I will say I do understand why. It's because VRChat is you are free to discuss whatever. It's essentially a message board, just, you know, with voice and in VR. So you're free to say, you're free to do as you'd like, within some boundaries, I hope. Within people, you know, keep it within certain boundaries. But streaming has kind of put a public eye into it, and because streamers need to follow the rules of Twitch, when they stream out there, they're like, hey guys, can you please watch your language? Can you please try to not do certain... They're trying to police people. Yeah. And if it's in a public world, I will tell. If a streamer comes to me in a public world and I'm just goofing off with friends and they tell me some stuff like, oh, I'm trying to do streaming, I'm like, go somewhere else. Why are you here? Get out of here. But it happens, and that's what's caused that rift. The public doesn't really want to be told what to do. Also, the recent rise, which again, I'm gonna chalk it up that it's been happening since 2018, but it's gotten so much worse after the whole quarantine. The rise of the let's just say everyone's just gotten really horny.
No, I got you.
Everyone.
No, I got you on hand. I noticed it on hand too. Like, understand, I noticed this on hand too. Like, I usually get on VRC in the sense that basically if I want to chill out with my group of friends or just be able to see some worlds here and there or so. But yeah, I can definitely say I noticed that trend that's been going on. Even if I'm not on VRC to see it, I sometimes end up seeing it on Twitter. So.
Yeah, the thing is, people, I understand people will say, hey man, we're free to do it in private worlds, and they are. Of course they are. You're free to do it in private. But when I'm starting to see it in a public world, and it's just right there, and people literally have an avatar that, I mean, you can be scantily clad avatar, dressed up in a bikini, or whatever the hell you want to be. But when you suddenly can just do this finger point gesture, and all of a sudden you get a full view of everything. I mean, just like, come on, right here, I'm probably playing freeze tag, or I'm probably in one of the stealing gold world or something. I see that, I'm just like, come on, dude. And like you said, the community, when especially the ones that kind of start to do ERP and stuff, when it leaks out of VRChat, when it leaks out onto Twitter, onto Instagram, onto whatever social platform, and it's just showing a bunch of pictures of just anime-like girls, because it's mostly anime-like girls, just completely naked or doing striking poses and stuff. It gives people the bad impression, especially people who don't play VRChat. They see this and they're like, oh, so is VRChat just a bunch of just naked girls all the time, or is it just a bunch of people playing as anime girls and doing that? And I mean, they can watch Twitch and they can see Twitch and see a bunch of people be normal, and although some people on VRChat who stream VRChat, it's exactly that, just a scantily clad girl, maybe just, doing this. But it is what it is. I'm not trying to police anyone. People be free to do it. I'm just gonna say the only thing that's gonna happen is VRChat is just gonna get an impression on the community, not the community, but it's gonna impression in the public eye, and people are just gonna think, oh, so VRChat is mostly this.
Yeah.
And kind of hope it doesn't.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't either, because not only is it going to affect, it's going to dwell the community down a little bit, little by little, basically. People who are veterans here just don't want to be around this kind of scene when that happens, and those who are brand new don't want to be around this just because they assume this is all it is. In addition...
Heavy.
Yes?
You've been around this too. I mean, we've been around VRChat in the community for a long time.
Yeah.
It happens every once in a while on Twitter. A big VRChat streamer, someone with like hundreds of thousands of followers, suddenly chimes in and saying, y'all are being too horny, y'all are being too so-and-so. Can the community please come together and like try to fix themselves? You're just gaslighting and stuff. It's nice that you want this to happen, but you can't control. You're the streamer.
Yeah.
And the actual community doesn't care for what the actual streamer says.
No.
Their viewers do, their followers do, but not the people who play the game.
Yeah, play it in their own way. So care. It's just the one backlash I will say that will probably happen, and I know this is on hand, is for the world creators who make like these different worlds here and there or so. And the thing is, when they make all these worlds or so, like, trust me, they make beautiful worlds or so. They put their time and effort in, hours and hours in or so. And when they do share these worlds or so, I feel like the worst thing is for them is when they ask, oh, you made this and this? Okay, what is it on? And when you say VRChat, immediately people, pop in their own mind a little bit on what VRChat was. Kind of like broad brushstroke a little bit, which is sad because there are some really good, talented artists out there. Good, talented.
There are some talented people who make worlds and avatars who I'm seeing later in the future start to become like game developers. They start to design their own stuff, which is insane. But that's one of the cool things. You start making avatars first. You start learning how to use Unity. You start learning how to use Blender. You start building worlds, and then eventually you're like, okay, I can do stuff outside of VRChat, and they start making their own things, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And then some of them come back to VRChat and be like, look what I can do. I made this amazing ass thing in VR now. Go explore. And that's literally what's been happening with a lot of the big ones. Like, I know Lakuza constantly keeps making a bunch of stuff. Like him, Fiona. So they all are making so many cool things, and I love exploring them.
Yeah.
I just hope the best for the world creators for this game.
Yeah, definitely on hand, because I'm hoping in time that basically it does get fixed, but for overall sake or so, I hope that basically it doesn't dwell down their motivation for what they want to do, especially when you got so many ideas you want to make here and there. So
exactly.
So I have this question here I'm curious about. No, I got a question on here that I'm curious about. It's basically I put down models, and how many models do you have? Because apparently, since you say since you say you transform like many different kind of models here and there, and the only time I see that on hand is like when I do chime into some of your streams here and there, and I see like a different model like every maybe once every 15-20 minutes or so, like a different one here.
Yeah. So my origins in VRChat were I played around originally with a normal model that I found in some world, but eventually I got to the point where I've been around a long time. I've gotten to know a lot of people. Some people know me. I decided, you know what? I'll stick with one avatar. and that's when I started to learn how to model make. I found a couple of body, like I basically Frankensteined it. I just found a couple of body parts that I liked, like the torso, arms, legs, coat, and a couple of other features. And I made it, and that was a basic model I stuck with for a while. I wanted to keep learning more and more, so I started to learn animation, and my first couple, probably I think it was like 15 or 20 models, were just my normal model, but with several different animations, like particles, movement, like body parts that could like increase size or decrease size. And a lot of my friends didn't like it because, especially the particles, because I started to lag them out like crazy. Later on, after I started streaming, a friend of mine helped me, and they're like, hey, I wanted to build you a model. And I was like, oh, I never had that happen before. A friend never offered to make me a model. So they made me one, and I really liked the design. And by the friend I'm referring to, well, if they ever see it, their name is Lord of Peanuts. And they've been a friend of mine for a while, and they made some models of mine which I've used for the longest time. But yeah, it basically evolved into just I made one model with several different special things, so that became like 5 or 6 models of the same version. Then I made different variants, like this one you see here. I made one that's like a little Neko. I made one that's a ram, a harpy, a dragon, the one issue I keep running into, which a lot of my friends make fun of, and they mention it too. They're like, Alchem, why are all your models, every single new one that you get, is just like some little short kid? I'm just like, bro, because it's hard to find actual decent looking tall male avatars.
Yeah, true.
It's actually very hard to find them.
Oh yeah.
If I wanted to just do the gender swap and stream as a female avatar, I'd have the pick of the litter. I'd have so many different versions, different heights, different everything, assets and features, as you can tell. But it's slim picking if you're trying to make a male avatar, unless you know how to make it from scratch, which no. I know how, I just don't ever want to do it because it's way too much work.
Yeah, and
so
yeah, especially with a game like this where you can make it like from scratch, like detail by detail as much as you can, but you're mostly going to be afraid of somebody seeing it and just basically ripping it out of your hands that quick or so.
Yeah, that's true. Although one of the worst things that I'm having now is like anytime I try to learn something new, like a new animation, new something, a new update comes out and I'm just like, oh, well, the way I did the animation doesn't work anymore, so now I gotta relearn everything. Like Avatar 3.0 is now something I gotta learn and get into, which I'm just too lazy at this point.
No, I got you.
Might as well just like continue what I do and make smaller little changes here and there.
Yeah,
but so, or I just have like, okay, I think I have maybe 20 models just coming clean.
Well, according
20
to
models plus.
According to Rainbow Senpai here, they said 12 at the moment, and Abyssal Hammer said approximately 1 million models according to them. So, either or.
Thanks, Rainbow, and thanks Abyss Subarashi.
Also, I will say on hand too that VRChat updates do kind of mess up with the models here and there. Where basically, even if you get it all down or so, for some reason it just somehow automatically breaks it with each update, which sucks too because you got to go back and keep constantly repairing it every single time.
Exactly. Like I have a couple of older models which I've never touched. They're all from the original build of VRChat. Where if I ever went back to them, the hands are all deformed, the head is weird, and if I try to do an animation, it like ragdolls or like stretches into infinity, and it just looks disgusting. So some of them I just had to get rid of because I couldn't even use them. But that's updates for you. VRChat with their great updates, including their new one, which is send people pictures for private invites.
Well, it's like send notifications. Like they get like this notification thing where like I noticed this too when I invited you to the Black Free box. It said send a message to them, just to give them an idea why you're inviting them or so. It's like, I mean, that's all said and well, but if you don't have, like, the customization where basically I could just type it out to you and tell you why I'm trying to invite you instead of, like, these standard, like, checkbox ones. And then it's kind of like, some of these are not going to fit into
also, you can send pictures. You can also send pictures, and honestly, when I was gonna hop onto you earlier, gonna hop onto the world, I was gonna send you a picture. I was just gonna take a picture of this, just that.
And I get simple, yeah, simple
I
ones.
mean, I know people are gonna take. There's a bunch of people who are gonna send a bunch of different bizarre pictures, but it's VR. People have fun with it.
Yeah, they
I
have
hope
fun
they
with
do.
it.
It seems like a fun little thing.
Yeah, definitely does, depending on where it is. So, my next question I have is old VRC memories on hand. So, when you think about old VRChat in general, or so, or like when you first started, as we kind of keep going little by little each year, as it kind of keeps growing, what is the first memory that comes to your mind? You know, it could be a fun memory, it could be something that sticks out to you when you think of, like, you know, old memories in general.
There's a couple. Like, there's always like the first group of friends I used to hang out with. All we did literally was just shit talk late at night, and maybe there's gossip and everything else. But most of the time we're just bitching about our daily lives because, hey man, we're done work, we're tired, we're exhausted. We just kind of want to convey our feelings, even if it's just like we're just talking into a wall, which literally was the case because we were talking into the mirror, and everyone was just kind of going, yeah. This is like one of the other experiences I had, which I'll never forget. Although I wish I could remember the person. Just one time, because I was just bored, and I thought it would be I was just bored. I found this one world that was like a horror map that had like little triggers where if you reach certain parts or touch certain things, it activated the next door, which led to another puzzle. And it was a scary kind of game. It wasn't like jump scares. It was just more atmospheric horror. And I decided to pop in one time, just be mute, and I was like as a little Boo avatar, like from Super Mario. I was in a public world, so I was just chilling there for a bit, probably just listening to some music for some reason, and I saw someone pop in. It was someone in like a small little anime girl avatar, and I could hear her talking too. She actually was kind of scared going in there, but she was all by herself too, so I was just curious. I was like, wow, this person just decided to come into this horror map by themselves. And I just pop out of the corner as a little Boo avatar. They get a little frightened because they see me, but then I'm just quietly guiding them through the puzzle and just making sure they can find their way through. And then at the very end, all I remember is as we reach the very end, and she gets, you know, the D end kind of thing, and it says thanks for joining, or thanks for coming to the world. She just looks at me and just says thank you before she goes off and goes to the whatever other world. And for some reason, I just always remember that. It's just a fun little moment where I got to help someone. So and so help. But it was just a fun little moment that I had, and I'll always remember that.
No, gotcha.
There's a lot of other fun moments. Mostly just me messing around with friends and getting to meet new people.
Yeah,
but,
and the key,
those.
Yeah, I was gonna say the key thing about that is, you know, from the amount of time you have that's been gone by or so, some of those stuff just stick with you no matter what or so. Even when basically the friends you've known for the longest time stay with you, to some of the friends who basically, you know, go away to take care of whatever they gotta do or so, you know, come and go here and there, they still stick, you know, those things stick with you no matter what. Various things on hand that can stick with you. So, which is nice. Nice on hand to have here and there.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you can deny. Yeah, you can't deny you're nice to, according to Icky here. Icky for the most part. So,
I can deny that constantly.
Yeah. Well, that shows how nice you are. You're so nice, you denied that you're nice. So there you go. But let me ask you this question here. When I have VRChat Current Present on, and from your I mentioned this earlier on or so, but here's my thing. What are some of the things you're glad that have been changed over the time for VRChat compared to some of the times you wish have not been changed for the most part? It could be like update-wise. It could be like things maybe trend-wise or so. Either or.
Let's see. In terms of VRChat, honestly, I mean, the changes from some of the updates that like mess up models and make it so you have to relearn some stuff, like 3.0, at first I kind of disliked it because I was like, oh great, I have to learn a new whole process. But after looking into it, I'm like, okay, I can understand. I see what it does, and I see how much better and streamlined it all is. So I just have to, get off my ass and learn how to do it. Other than that, most of the changes, there's there's a few of the guideline changes that have happened that I have criticized, but most of them are just you'll only run into these kind of things if you're actively looking like to cause trouble.
Yeah.
Some of the newest one that said any mods could land you into being, well, I don't know if it's any mods, because there's some mods that even VRChat sees as like it's okay to have. But they said a lot of mods, if you put too many mods on your thing in VRChat, in the VRChat client, you'll be grounds for getting your account deleted or banned.
I feel like when they did that or so, it didn't really solve the issue. It just caused a reverse psychology thing. We'll be like, oh, so you want more mod clients on hand? You know,
yeah, like the Streisand effect.
Yeah, the Streisand effect, where basically you tell them no, and basically they're just going to do the opposite, and you're going to see more than what you got because that's just going to encourage it. So it's like,
exactly.
I get the idea of wanting to prevent it on hand, but I think if you don't have like a backup plan on how to solve that issue with modded clients, it just basically causes more of them to appear, and you can't really count them all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. I mean, they did take a stance on the whole excessive lewdness of the game, or excessive lewdness of the community. They did say, you're welcome to do it, just keep it in private. Just keep it in private world so no one sees. Just don't go in publics with it, and that's fine. I mean, they have taken some action on some people who've been a little too lewd or a little too thing. And I mean, for most of those people, what they end up doing is go to like I think one of the other VR games that exist right now.
Yeah, either Chill Out VR or Neos VR.
Yeah, that's what I usually find out. Like, oh, someone got banned, or someone got timed out for one game for either being too toxic or being too lewd. Well, they'll go to Chill Out or whichever one it is. But for the most part, it's them taking a stance to try and combat people who are being overly lewd in this game. But again, like I said, they're not trying to they're not trying to heavy hand the enforcement, because they know this game is about creative freedom, and sometimes the creative freedom can be a little adult.
Yeah.
I give them props on that.
I got you. I will say, next question I have for this is basically anything you're looking forward towards for the most part, like, be it like, even if it's not in this game in general or so, but anything game-wise or so, anything coming up for you?
Well, one thing, I just want Corona to be over.
Yeah, I know, everybody, all of us want to. All of us want to.
I want to go to a physical arcade, guys. I want to go to like a Dave and Buster's, or maybe even this summer. I really would love to go to an arcade, like an actual, like those kind of arcade cabinets where they have all the old cabinets and maybe like a pool hall and stuff. 'Cause I love doing those, and if they still exist, because I'm pretty sure a lot of stuff went under during the shutdowns and stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't good for business all around.
In terms of games, there's nothing on my radar that's popped up. If there is, I'll probably just like immediately target it and go and let's see, reserve it to get ready for it, but nothing really. And plus, I can't really afford a PS5, so I can't get anything from the newest I can't afford a PS5 or Xbox X or whatever it's called.
Yep.
I can't get any of the newest games. So I have to just wait. And in any case, I can just play anything on PC.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, just wait it out for the most part. Also, to answer your question on hand too, Rainbow, they were asking what Daily Busters is. Basically, it's kind of like a TGI Fridays, or kind of like a certain place on. It's a restaurant or so, but it's kind of like one of those get together restaurants or so, kind of like Family Wise or so.
Yeah. Think like like TGI Fridays, where you can get a bunch of really good food, but like the other half of it is like a giant arcade where it just has a bunch of different games that you could play. Some of them are like the old retro, some of them are like rail shooters, some of them are racing games. It's one thing I really do like. It's like, for me, at least where I live, it's one of the last few bastions of an actual arcade. Most other, like the traditional arcades where you put your quarter in and you get to play, those are gone. They don't exist anymore where I am. I wish they were here, but I can't find any.
Yeah, they don't exist here either. I mean, well, there is one place. It's just like 30 miles away from where it's like laser tag plus a couple other stuff or so. Kind of like this gaming cafe.
Nice.
It's like this gaming cafe because they got like a bunch of computers set out for like, basically just like gaming anything in general. So you get plenty of options on hand.
I see.
So.
Oh, dude, I would kill to go laser tagging again or golf karting again. Oh, that would be so much fun.
Oh, I haven't been golf karting in a long time. Like last time I actually went golf.
I mean, not golf karting. I mean, go karting. Go karting.
Not golf karting. Yeah. It's like twisted metal. It's like a twisted metal thing where basically you get in a golf cart and you're just basically swinging away, just trying to get to first. But yeah, last time I've been to go karting was like Disneyland. So that was a long time ago.
Seriously, I want to go. I would die to do that again.
No, same here. Whenever I get a chance to travel again, especially once things calm down. Last question. Well, the next question I have on hand for this one is basically a three-parter, but I'm kind of curious. Let's talk about anime. Let's talk about anime for a little bit here. And first question I have is basically when I say the word anime, what's the first series that comes to your mind? Like the standout series that when you think anime, it's like, oh, that.
Standout. Oh God. I mean, standout. Like most people. Okay, for the general public, if you think anime, you think like Naruto, you think DBZ, you think One Piece. I think like some people think Boku no Hero Academy. Let's see. I think like Samurai Champloo. I think let's see. Samurai Champloo. There's oh my God, Afro Ninja. There's Hero Man. There's Bakemonogatari. There's so many things.
So many.
There's Baka Test. There's so many things. I'm actually just a huge anime nerd. It's just that I'm bad with actual names. So if someone says, "Hey, what's that anime?" or "What's that anime you like?" or "What's this thing?" I'll probably be, I don't remember the name. But if someone reminds me, like, or someone gives me like a picture, I was like, "Oh, that's what's it called?" See, like I said, I can't remember the names.
No, you're good. Hey.
Like there's a Magi Brilliant Park. There's so many. I could just spout out a bunch of different animes I just love.
Yeah. No, I got
one thing I need to do. You just remind me. I need to do a night on my own, like on my Discord, where I'll just watch a bunch of old series animes and just be like, guys, let's all just chill and watch animes. Forget whatever we're doing. Just enjoy this.
Yeah, just enjoy this. Kind of like go down memory lane for the most part. I was about to say, I'm surprised when it comes down to like certain animes on hand, there isn't like a pronunciation kind of thing where someone says, like, oh, what kind of anime is this? And they pronounce the name of it, even though it's in Japanese or anything. It's kind of hard to repronounce it, or basically they show you the name of it or so. You can't even pronounce it like in text-wise or so, unless you can...
There's some that I'm able to, like if they suddenly read it out, I'll be like, oh, you mean that anime with the, and then I explain the synopsis and everything. There are some though that, like you try to throw me I'm trying to remember the one where it's the one where like the kids grew up, but they remembered like their childhood memories when they were like in summer, and one of their childhood friends died, and she comes back as a ghost. I just keep forgetting the name of that one because that has the longest actual title name that I've ever heard of. It's and I really wish I remembered it because that one actually got me to cry because it was just so good. But oh my God, I'm gonna look it up later when I get the chance. Yeah,
you'll have to look it up when you get a chance. But I was gonna say, since you mentioned you had like so many favorite animes here and there, or favorite series on here, so
Die Hard.
This leads to my second question. That being, what is your most favorite? What are the few favorite series that come to mind when you think of anime?
My favorite series would be, let's see, there's Bakemonogatari, Konosuba. Let's see, and like Log Horizon. Those are three of the ones that I could remember off the top of my head always, because I always rewatch those every once in a while. Because Bakemonogatari is just an extensive, long story, and I just love the character, especially the main character, and I just like how he's just your everyman who does whatever he can to help out whoever he sees in trouble. Konosuba is just one of the funniest animes I've ever seen, with a very unique cast. I mean, granted, some of them are like stereotypical, like you have you have the absolute useless girl of Aqua, but they take it up a notch and everything because she's a goddess, and because she's a goddess and she has all these incredible powers, her usefulness goes tenfold sometimes. And the main character is just one of the funniest things ever, especially how he could be incredibly epic and yet absolutely pathetic at the same time. And Log Horizon being one anime that I just love because it does incredible storytelling and world building. Granted, it may lack a little bit in action sometimes, but what it lacks in action, it does so in incredible storytelling and character development.
Mhm.
And those are the three that I would always go and rewatch.
No, I got you. Those are good series on hand. Some of them I need, which again, it's one of those things where you gotta have enough time to be able to sit down and watch an entire series, or be able to have like time for it in general. Just a lot of different ones here and there.
Exactly.
So here, the last question in this, and basically, you already said like whatever that anime is that hit you, that made you feel like made you tear up and everything. But what is the anime? I was about to ask, what is the anime that hits you close to home?
I mean, there's that one. There's Clannad After Story. That one. Ooh. If everyone knows Clannad, check out Clannad After Story. That one will tear you up. It's not the movie, but it's basically an anime that carries the same spirit and the same energy. It's the same characters too. It's just before they graduate and everything. And there's a lot that just tears you up inside, like in a good way, of course. If I could remember that one, it's like that flower that bloomed on summer, or something like that. I forget the name of that title. But anytime I hear the music, especially like the end credit music, that one tears me apart.
According to Icky, they said Violent Evergarden.
No, not Violent Evergarden. It's not that one.
That one.
Although that one actually, oh my god, no! Why are you reminding me of so many animes that caused me to break down? Like, you guys are gonna actually cause me to have a breakdown. But yeah, there's so many good animes that just like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm a big softie anyway, so a lot of stuff can make me tear up. But yeah, those animes right there, at least the ones that I could name and I could remember the titles. Yeah, they crush my soul. And thank goodness I don't have to watch those in VR. Otherwise, I'd have to get like new visors every time.
No, I know the feeling. Or new lenses, especially when they begin to tear up and get right behind that foam. So,
that's why I have my little cloth in hand.
Just in case.
Exactly.
This leads me to my last question on hand, and as you can see, I have this center camera right here, and what I can do is I can lower it down for you, because I don't know if you have Play Space Mover, but I can lower it down for you, because that way, or you could stand, I forgot about that. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up and let you have this floor, because I have 2 questions for you here, and this is basically, you can just say it however you want to say it, but basically, what are your goals and dreams? And at best, what is the best advice you can ever give to anybody? I'm going to back up. I'm going to let you have center stage for this.
Goals, I just want... Honestly, my goal is simple. I just want freedom and free time. And by freedom, I mean freedom of obligation, responsibility, but yeah, that would take a lot to get that goal. So I'm going to try my best for that. Like what I'm going to try to do, future plans. I mean, for those of you who do know, I do stream on Twitch. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I kind of just stumbled into it. It was mostly to help out a friend in the beginning. Then it the original plan was help a friend, be done. I could just go back to playing games and be just some normal gamer. I ended up helping another friend, and helping another friend. The goal was to at least get them to affiliate. And then once they're affiliate, okay, I don't need to do this no more. But it's kind of it kind of snowballed into everyone watching my stream enjoying what I was doing. People saying, hey, could you don't quit, don't just suddenly stop. I've been enjoying. So it got to the point where I was just like, okay, I mean, I learned to set up OBS to just help this friend. And at this point, it was simply just me, when I'm playing the game and having fun, I just hit stream, turn on, or whatever the button is on OBS. I have OBS on, I just press the little green button, and I start recording. I was already building these avatars before I started to stream, so it kind of just fell into place, the whole streaming VR and being different avatars, and it eventually got to a point where I decided not to stream VRChat often and stream other games as I played with our friends. And a friend of mine said, hey, here's a cool little program where you can be putting your avatars on the screen. And again, it all fell into place again because I have multiple avatars. Friend showed me this cool little program, and I could stream, like, I could be like a VTuber. And that was back in like early 2018. That was like either summer of 2018 or somewhere around there, before this giant trend of VTubers came about, which I didn't even realize VTuber was a thing. I didn't realize VTubers were a term. So I just kind of winged it. But yeah, since I kind of am here just doing this, and I've been having a lot of fun and got to meet so many more people like it, my goal is to try to continue living this life, this streamer life. I don't consider myself one, but I am, I guess. And meet amazing people like Heavy here, and continue to have great times playing with everyone. Continue to help others, because for those of you who've been around, on those of you who maybe from my streams or watched my streams before or know what I've done, whenever a friend or someone I know or someone shows me someone who is genuinely in trouble, like not like they need to pay the bills, not like they need to make rent, but I mean life just screwed them over right now. Maybe they got in an accident, and if I can, of course, maybe like something urgent came up, and if I'm able to, I try to do my best to help. I haven't been able to do that recently, what with me struggling too and trying to find a new place to live, because again, my goal is to try to find a place, like free time, a place to live on my own and everything. And I kind of gotta get the ball moving there, because Rainbow there in the chat, that she's actually my fiance. So kind of want to find a place where me and her can be. And anyways, that's future goals and how I'm trying to achieve. Either I'm gonna try streaming and try to do this, or I can just always work 2 jobs and make money that way. And it's either or. Goal is complete. But anyways, that's how do you reach that. My advice I could give you guys, just let's see. One thing, a lot of things I could say is stuff you get from video games, like determination, all that stuff. Just keep trying. Don't get discouraged. Don't let the voices in your head, especially the bad ones, tell you otherwise. If you keep going, you'll start seeing changes, especially if it involves self-improvement. It just takes a long time. But you have that. You have a long time. A lot of you do. Those of you who don't, I'm sorry. I wish I could say otherwise. But the majority of you do, so take advantage of it. If you guys are, for anyone who's streaming, if you want some advice there, I'm gonna give you the word. I would be like the worst person to give you advice, because I would tell you the harsh truth. I would tell you, if you're getting into this to become famous, if you're getting into this to become rich, don't. You're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be sad. If you're looking for like a status, if you're trying to develop status, don't, because again, you're gonna value yourself off of what people see you as, or how they value you, and you'll be miserable for a while. If you can understand that you want to do this for fun as a hobby, and that you should not expect change instantly. I mean, there are people who will be viral. There are people who suddenly blow the hell up. I'm not saying that's going to be you. I'm not saying it won't be you. But I'm just saying, don't expect this stuff. I didn't. I've been doing this for years. I don't even... To this day, I barely even look at how many people are watching my streams. Like, whenever I stream, for me, I maybe just count the people talking in my chat. So for streamers, don't value yourself based on your streams. Don't value yourself based on the numbers or how many people are there or anything like that. You will be miserable, and you will be just like all the other streamers who stream stream for a while and eventually type on Twitter that they will be taking a break, that they need they need a mental break, to which I always argue, you are playing a game. Why do you need a mental break when you're playing a game? Unless you're like playing League and you are that try-hardy and you're really into it, and you just couldn't get that one pentakill you really wanted or something. But by the way, I'm not calling out someone, so don't go something. If one of you in chat suddenly thinks I'm referring to you, don't. But yeah, just keep going. Don't let just in life, don't let whatever you're thinking, bad thoughts get you down. You just have to keep moving forward. You like I said, you'll see improvement little by little. And for anyone, since I'm a streamer and streamer advice would be a good thing to give, just keep doing this if you want to. Make it a hobby. Don't make it a job. If you make it a job, you're gonna constantly look at streaming like, will I make the bills? Will I make enough today? You'll value yourself like that. So yeah. Again, I'm not gonna give you the best advice like that. I'm not gonna give you cheerful, honest advice. Cheerful. You'll have fun. You'll make friends. I'll just give you the most honest, brutal answer you could possibly imagine. Mm-hmm. But anyways, I think I've talked a lot. I think I'm done. You're good. I'm gonna go lie down and pass out now. Excuse me, I'm nervous as hell.
No, you're good. No, just have a seat. You're all good, dude. I do have one last thing, and this is for the chat in general. Do you guys have any questions for Alchem here? Any questions you want to ask him on hand? So, nope. No? All right.
Chat's like, no.
Nope. All right.
Right?
I mean, let's check here.
Okay, then.
Yeah. I do have one.
If they want to ask, I'll answer.
Yeah, not a problem. No problem. We can take a few questions in for the most part.
Let's hear it.
Okay, first of all, Icky just says, does Alchem own a Genki pizza? Basically, that's one.
A Genki?
Yeah.
A Genki pizza.
What, Icky,
Oh,
Genki?
yes, I do.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Okay. Izzy, have you been hanging out with Icky, with Geeky a lot? Yeah, she's a friend of mine who I met early on in streaming, and I don't want to say she's a friend I met through. She's a friend I met through VRChat. Really good artist, really great friend. So sometimes I end up joking with her, sometimes I cross the line, and one time because I crossed the line a little with her with a joke, I promised her pizza. To this day, she'll never let me live it down. She constantly says, I hope it originally was one pizza, but she keeps going, nope, you owe me 2, you owe me 3. I think to this day I owe her about 5 pizzas, but that's fine. Good. She's been such a good friend, I might as well just owe her 5. Hopefully I can, once Corona's done, I can go with Rainbow and we can go visit her and a couple of other friends I have planned to go visit.
Go on a road trip together. See how everybody is for the most part.
Exactly.
Let me see here really quickly. Basically Abyssal said he's going to give you a Swiss miss. Omega, a friend of mine, Omega asked, how'd you get so good at Vermintide?
I'm good at it. No way. There's a clip where I'm literally getting grabbed by the writhing horror, where it literally starts eating me and then just chucks me. I think it was either at you or at Senpai.
It was at Jeffy Bed. Actually, Jeffy Bed was basically.
I thought Jeffy was knocked out.
No.
Okay, so yeah, I got hit. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Yeah, you got hit.
Oh, poor Jeffy. Oh man.
But
that was a good time.
Let me see here. Yeah, I will say Rainbow asked basically if he will ever finish the games he started. That's from Rainbow in general. Good lord.
I got called out there.
Also,
probably.
Senpai Supreme, who said he just made it in time, is going to ask you why you chose to be a VTuber over a cam streamer.
Case in very, very simple thing. Dude, this is ugly. This actual face, ugly. Don't listen to Rainbow Senpai. This face ain't Twitch friendly. This face, no. Scary. Truth be told, I just
camera shy?
One, it's sort of I'm camera shy. It's sort of like I'm just think people are just be like, oh no, it's just oh no. Also, I'm lazy and I don't want to constantly fix myself up every time. Two, at the time I was streaming VRChat constantly, and that was like my main game, and it's because I was just having way too much fun with friends and I wanted to record those memories. So by the time I decided to go split off to other games, I had already established my avatar as like the symbol of my streams and what I look like and how I present myself. So to suddenly make the giant 180 turn from being a 3D avatar to like an actual face cam, I just thought it's too much effort, and it's just I might as well just stick with what I've done.
No, you're good. No, that's all good. I mean, do what you find most comfortable. And I think the last two questions I have, I got one for myself, but the last question I have is from the chat, basically being for Mickey saying, when will you ever get a desk? We'll get that desk.
Who asked that?
Basically Icky.
Was that Geeky?
Geeky. Okay, sorry.
Of course.
Sorry. I gotta remember pronunciation. My apologies.
Oh, no, it's fine. She gets that a lot.
Yeah.
When I move to the new place, I'll get a decent desk, okay? Jeez, don't rush me. Hopefully I can save up and go soon.
I will.
But yeah.
And last question for right now is from Senpai Supreme, asking one more question from him. Basically, when are you gonna play Apex with him?
Bro, just let me know a day you're free. Just Friday, Thursday, I'm not available. For Saturday, I'm not available until Saturday. I usually don't stream anyway. So like Monday through Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Not Saturday, Friday or Sunday. Those days are usually free. So I don't know, just DM me, dude. My whole concept of streaming is I don't like to collab because I don't like the term. It's such a business term.
Okay.
But streaming is a business. I just prefer, like, if you want to join me for something, or if you want me to join you for something, just let me know. Okay. I mean, Seba, you know this already. I mean, Abby, you know this too.
Yeah. I know. It's just one of those things too, where I also, just like you, I got to make sure I got to have free time on hand to be able to do something or so here and there. Good.
Exactly.
So, but I do have one last question for myself, and we'll call it here. That basically is this: are you aware that for the amount of people you've been around, from the amount of people who stuck with you, or so, that you are very loved by a lot of people? I'm letting you know. I'm just letting you know, and you got a good community that basically supports you every step of the way, and you got some good people in, be it in my chat or in your chat, that basically are there for you. They care about you, the human being.
That's a hard one to accept for me because, I've told this to my chat before, that I grew up as, like, the eldest child to, like, a very, very busy, hardworking family, because I know you guys probably hear this a lot from a lot of people, but, it's true. Like, grew up in a poor family, and we're trying our hardest to survive, and my parents divorced. It sounds so cliche, but that's what it is for me. But my mom is a very hardworking person. One of the things she's been trying to do, I've chalked it up to her being a get rich quick schemer type, but like in a sort of like not crazy sense. So she tries a bunch of businesses, and one of her businesses was like a cleaning service where she offered cleaning services to like office buildings and other kind of like stuff like that, like a church for one instance. She was doing it all by herself, and she was trying to get people, but the work was so demanding and so harsh that most of them just left. Me being in high school and like getting into college and stuff, seeing her almost dying doing this because she has a normal 9 to 5, does some work in the evening and then does this, I was like, I can't let her do this. I have to do. But because of that, I worked my ass off helping her, trying to do good in school, and it wasn't that she eventually got to the point she didn't see it as me helping. She saw it more as me just working to help the fans. So I didn't really get thanked or gratitude. It was mostly like, you do it because you know we need to. So I never really received gratitude or thanks or appreciation. So it's hard to have people like acknowledge you. It's hard to get that appreciation from people. So for me, for the longest time, whenever someone's like, "You're great, you're awesome," I'm not doing the no you. I'm not doing the no I'm not. I'm not trying to do the whole that cliche thing that when someone compliments a streamer, they're like no you or some other BS like that. I'm saying it because I just find it incredibly odd and very weird that someone's actually thanking me when in my eyes I'm not doing anything. So it is hard. It's been a hard pill to swallow for the past 2 years, trying to finally break this little shell that I have in my mind, that people actually care, that people genuinely want to enjoy what I do and want to see me like improve and stuff. So it's weird. I know, I understand for a lot of people watching on my streams, it can get really annoying, but I'm trying to do that while I'm trying to stay humble. I really don't want to be that person who's like, of course you love me, of course this, of course support me. No,
just basically go off, just kind of like, you know, everything you've done here and there, and you just don't want to rub people the wrong way with that.
Yeah. It's just that I never actually like people who are braggarts and stuff like that, but that's my mentality.
No.
That's why you're quite like, to answer you, I do acknowledge that they do. It's just really hard for me to like come to terms to the fact that people actually care.
I mean,
yeah.
I know the feeling. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You and I are in the exact same boat in the sense of basically, you're hardworking just as much as I'm hardworking. And the thing that I always have a hard time accepting on whether or not that whatever I do or so is the amount of worth that, you know, basically it's kind of like coming to terms of, you know, am I worthy with everything I'm doing here and there? Because trust me, as much as you put a lot of stuff in, as much as I put a lot of stuff in, it's hard to come to terms with that. Because sometimes you don't see it. You usually don't see it because you just want to continue to do what you do, like whatever direction you want to go, and basically just see how it is. And I can assure you on here, it takes some time to basically get it down or so, but I can assure you over time or so, you'll understand why people see that in you, even if you don't see it in yourself.
Thanks. I needed that.
Yeah, trust me, just much as the people from your chat from like, you know, Icky, Rainbow, Abyssal, from your chat, just as much as the people in my chat, like Chaotic, Omega, Aloan, we're on the exact same, you know, boat together. They see something in you just as much as my friends and everything see something in me. We're on this boat together. Yeah. We're just sailing to better seas. So.
Honestly, and I wish you as well. I wish you all the best as well, Heavy.
And I wish you the best.
Honestly, getting to play with you, getting to hang out with you, dude, you're just a lot of fun. So I can see why everyone in your chat enjoys your streams as well.
I do the best I can. That's all I could say. I do the best I can, as much as, you know, everybody else does. But I will say, for the most part, with that in mind or so, that will be episode 32 of Shoot the Breeze.